Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing very well today. So I wasn't sure if I was going to film this video, especially because you are probably being bombarded with this type of video within your subscription feed. However, I felt like because I did the Sephora wishlist video that I might as well do my recommendations. So let's go through that. I tried to keep in mind products that maybe I've mentioned in the past, and I wanted to stick to products that either I have discovered this year, so maybe I purchased them from Sephora this year and I wanted to recommend them to you all, or I wanted to talk about products that I really do think are some of the best, and I feel like you couldn't go wrong with any of those products. So let's go ahead and get started. I feel like I have a good mixture of products here. So firstly, I do have two primers I want to talk to you about. So the Rare Beauty Always an Optimist Illuminating Primer has been a longtime favorite of mine. As you can see, I am almost done with this. This has actually been in my everyday makeup drawer consistently for a few months now because I want to finish this one up. And in my opinion, this one is still such a special primer. I will put a little bit on the back of my hand. It comes out kind of like a cream, but it definitely has more of a like gel consistency. But I feel like it just leaves your skin so nice and dewy, but also a little bit moisturized. I think what I love most about it is that it doesn't do anything as far as mess with your foundation. So it provides moisture to the skin, it provides a little glow to the skin, but it doesn't alter the finish too much of your foundation. So if you're somebody who really likes a satin matte finish, I don't feel like this primer alters that too much, but I still feel like it does a really great job at providing a beautiful glow to the skin. And I also really love how lightweight it feels. I feel like sometimes glowy primers can be maybe thicker or heavier on the skin, and this is definitely nothing like that. I also love that Rare Beauty has a mini. I do want to check to make sure the mini is still available because it's been a while that I have purchased that product. Yes, so the full size is $28 and then the mini is $15. And the mini is 15 milliliters, and I feel like this is a very decent size. Like, you get a lot of product in here, and that is what I would recommend for sure. The next primer is one that has been nothing new. It's been around for a while, and it's the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. This has to be probably my favorite primer of all time. You guys know how much I enjoy a gripping primer for my makeup, for my foundation. I just feel like I love everything that they do. I love that they hydrate the skin, but I also love that they prolong the wear of your makeup. They really do promote makeup longevity, and that's something that I always want. I don't care if I'm going in with something that's pretty lightweight or light coverage. I always want my makeup to last, because if I'm going through the trouble of putting on the makeup, you best believe I want the makeup to last. You know, like, I'm already going through the trouble of putting it on. So I feel like a gripping primer is a must, even if you may not feel like you would like the texture. I feel like everyone could benefit from having a gripping primer in their collection, because it really does help with your makeup lasting all day long. And again, it's just such a high performing product. I love that, unlike the e.l.f. What is that one? Power Grip Primer, that one feels really sticky. Like, it really does feel like you're pulling and tugging on your skin whenever you're applying it and rubbing it into the skin. I do not feel this way, or feel that way about this one. I feel like, yes, even though it does have that grip to it, it's not going to be anything like pulling or tugging. I feel like it blends in still easily into the skin, which is a big plus. And I went ahead and purchased the full size this year. I had a mini size for the longest time, and I kind of put it off to the side for about a year, and then I pulled it back out, and I was just like completely blown away at how much I loved the primer. And so I decided to go for the full size. I'm so glad I did, because again, it's just such a good product. For foundation, I have talked years about the House Labs foundation. I still, to this day, love that foundation. It's probably one of the favorite foundations in my entire collection, or that I've ever put on my face. However, one that I want to talk about today, and I was supposed to check this before, so let me double check that it's still available on Sephora's website. Yes, it is still available on Sephora's website, and this is the Shiseido Skin Radiant Lifting Foundation. I wanted to give this one a shout out because I feel like I always recommend the House Labs one during, you know, the Sephora sales and during my recommendations videos, and I want to give definitely some attention to the Shiseido foundation. This one is the type of foundation that is perfect for every day. Absolutely perfect. You are going to get medium coverage. It's right in the middle of the road when it comes to coverage. And then as far as the finish, it has the most beautiful, beautiful natural finish to it. I feel like natural finished foundations are some of the best foundations that I usually tend to love. I don't love something too matte. I don't love something too dewy. I love something that's like right in the middle where it's like that natural finished foundation, and that's what this gives me. I feel like after I put this on my skin, it makes my skin look so much better. It makes my skin look like it's glowing from within. It makes my skin look basically like that whole saying, it's your skin but better. Like I do feel that way with this one. And the great thing about this one is you can manipulate it. So if you are wanting to go in with like a lighter coverage, just go in with less. And then if you're wanting to build it up, you can build it up nicely. However, I don't know if it'll ever get to full coverage, right? I think it does go, probably the highest is like medium to full coverage. But if you're someone who really, really enjoys just like a medium coverage foundation, definitely check this one out. I see that it's discounted on Sephora's website, so I really hope that doesn't mean that it's going to be discontinued. I think it might be because I see only 5 shades available. So maybe I shouldn't have recommended that one, but if you are able to find your shade online, or maybe, you know, maybe Shiseido will have a really great sale on their website, maybe for Black Friday, definitely check this one out. It's such a beautiful foundation on the skin. If not, I still stand my recommendation with the House Labs foundation. That is still such a good one, and I still recommend it, even though I'm not mentioning it necessarily in today's video. For concealer, I don't really like have anything. I feel like I have just been loving my concealers that are just currently in my stash. I haven't purchased a single concealer this year at all. And so I feel like with that being said, I just haven't really played with anything new. But yes, let's skip over that. For bronzer though, I have 2 cream bronzers. These are not new to me this year. However, I still love them, and I thought they were so good that I wanted to mention them in today's video. So the first one is the LIS. This is the No Limits Cream Bronzer. I do have the shade Motivate, and this one it just reigns supreme as far as the texture. I love the texture so much. It's so nice and creamy on the skin. It blends out absolutely beautiful. And I also love the shades that they've included. I do believe they have since expanded the shade. So I think they even have a shade lighter than this one, which used to be the lightest shade. So now I think they have something even lighter and possibly deeper as well. And so I love the shades that they include in this one, but most importantly for me, it's the blendability, it's the pigmentation level of this bronzer. This is one of the few bronzers in my collection that I go in with this one and then I powder all over my face, and I feel like I don't need more bronzer. I still probably will go in with more bronzer, but I don't necessarily need to go in with more bronzer. And I feel like that is a kind of key player as far as, is this something that's worth it? You know what I mean? Because oftentimes having to reapply a powder over a cream seems a little bit counterproductive. So the fact that you could totally get away with just wearing this one alone is such a great thing. I also love that LAS is more affordable at Sephora, especially for a Sephora brand. But again, this is just such a high quality cream bronzer product that I wanted to talk about it. Okay, another cream bronzer. This is probably my favorite cream bronzer in my collection. I love the LYS one, but I tend to prefer cream bronzers in a pot rather than in a stick form. My favorite has to be the NARS. This is the Laguna Bronzing Cream, and I have the shade Laguna 01. I have talked about this quite a few times here on my channel, but again, this is just such a great cream bronzer in my opinion. It still reigns supreme within my collection. With this one, what I love is definitely the formula. Again, with a cream bronzer, I want something that's going to be pigmented. However, it's going to be something that I can also blend out. I feel like that is key for me, and I do feel like I'm able to do that with this bronzer. I feel like it is something that I'm able to just wear every single day, but also enjoy it for special occasions as well. I feel like sometimes certain makeup products, there's something that maybe, you can only pull out for special occasions because maybe it's something that you feel is very pigmented, or maybe it's a little bit too heavy duty for every day. I do not feel that way about this cream bronzer. I feel like this is great for every day, but also great for special occasions as well. I also really enjoy the scent of this one. I do feel like it has that really nice, just kind of like sunscreeny scent. I know that that could be a turnoff for some people, but this seriously smells amazing, performs amazing. It's just overall such a great product. For powder bronzer, oh no, I have one more liquid bronzer. So the Makeup by Mario, this is a new product that came out this year, and I did purchase it, of course, this year. I love this. This is beautiful. This is the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Bronzing and Shaping Serum, and I do have the shade Light Medium. So with this one, keep in mind, yes, it comes with a pump, but it also does come with a doe foot. So you are able to apply it that way as well. That is my preferred method of application because I just feel like it's easier just to kind of like draw it onto the skin, blend it out with a brush, call it a day. But keep in mind with this one, this is kind of like a multi-purpose product. You can use this in various ways. You can use this as kind of like a before foundation, kind of like a bronzing drops situation. However, you could also use this as a liquid bronzer. That is how I choose to use this product because I just feel like this is absolutely stunning using it that way. I feel like it bronzes up the skin, but it also leaves the most beautiful, just kind of like luminous glow to the skin. I really do feel like it doesn't look just like one dimensional on the skin. I feel like it really does just add something to the complexion, and it makes your skin look really nice and healthy and beautiful and glowing, but also bronzed. So I feel like it checks off so many different boxes while also being a liquid bronzer. So this is definitely one of the favorite products that I've purchased this year, not only just at Sephora, but just in general, because again, I just think it looks absolutely stunning on the skin. For blush, I do feel like the Sephora sale is a perfect time to splurge and purchase one of the Patrick Ta cream and powder blush duos. I have, I want to say 3 or 4 of these. I love this formula so much. This one is the shade Not Too Much, and as you can see here, it comes with a cream and a powder. I feel like these are some of the best cream blushes out there, the best powder blushes out there. I feel like I love that you're getting 2-in-1. I feel like that really does justify the price tag for me. But I think for me, what's considering all of those things, right? Or not considering all of those other things, I guess, are the shades. I feel like the shades that Patrick Ta has come up with for these duos makes these so much more special. I love the shade Not Too Much. The shade She's Blushing is also super stunning. The shade She's So LA is really beautiful. And I feel like this is such a splurge worthy product because it is so high quality. It's so high performing, especially if you are a blush lover, you have to check one of these out because again, I just feel like you're getting the benefit of 2 things in one. So you're getting that cream blush, you're getting that powder blush. He does suggest going in with the powder first and then layering the cream. I actually don't do that. That's just cringe to me. I don't know why. So what I do is I normally just put on the cream, I powder my face, and then I do go in with the powder on top of that, and it's just absolutely beautiful. It's such a dream. And I feel like because you're layering your products, you are getting a significant more a significant more, you're getting significantly more wear time when you do that. So I feel like he's made it so simple to do that layering method whenever you have the two products in one. The other blushes that I had to mention, and I actually got these in a set. This is the Kosas blush set. I believe this is sold out, but just sign up for notifications, check Sephora inside Kohl's, because this is totally a must-have item in my opinion. It is 3 mini blushes from Kosas and it's $30. These are specifically called the Blushes Life Blushes, and the blushes that's included, firstly you have the shade Euphoria, which looks like a beautiful, just kind of like pinky, nudie mauve color. It's absolutely stunning. I have gotten so much use out of these blushes already, and I feel like I haven't even had them that long. The second shade, which is probably my favorite, is the shade Blissed. This is absolutely stunning. I love this pinky coral. And what I love about these so much is the formula, because yes, they're a powder blush. This is the shade Butterflies, which is the third and final shade in the set. But yes, they are a powder blush, but they still go on so beautifully. They still provide a glow to the skin. So here are 3 swatches, or here are the swatches of the 3 blushes. Super stunning. But what I was saying, they go on like as if it's more than a powder blush. So it's still going to provide some luminosity. Again, going back to that one-dimensional, I just do not feel like it's one-dimensional at all. I feel like it does provide something to the skin because of the fact that they're baked formula and they have such a beautiful glow to them. I know Emily Noel has talked about Laura Geller blushes. I do believe those are probably even more beautiful. However, I had to talk about this set because this set is such a great deal in my opinion for these mini blushes. I also feel like even though they're mini, they're still a very decent size. I feel like they didn't go cheap on the packaging. You still feel like you're getting something really nice and significant. And so I wanted to highlight these. I think they're absolutely amazing, and if you can get your hands on them, I would highly recommend. Something I forgot to mention in the bronzer category, and speaking of Kosas, this is probably one of my favorite powder bronzers ever. I love it so much. I could not put it down this spring and summer seasons, and it's just a powder bronzer that's so stunning. This is the Sun Show powder bronzer from Kosas, and this is in the shade Beachy. Very beautiful. I love this yellow packaging. I think it's really fun, but what I love even more is the product inside. This gives your skin, again, such a beautiful glow. I love that the bronzer still definitely warms up the skin and provides a good amount of warmth to your complexion, but again, going back to the fact that it's not one-dimensional, it's going to just leave such a beautiful, beautiful glow to your skin, but also warm up the skin as well. And I feel like this was a staple within my collection for the spring and summer season. Because of that, this is a product that you can maybe wait for the spring Sephora sale so that you can enjoy it within those months. However, I also feel like in the fall and winter seasons, your skin gets to become maybe a little bit drier or things like that. So maybe adding something like a beautiful baked formula will kind of liven up the skin again. So it's also maybe a good time to purchase it now. So wanted to mention that one. I had forgotten it within the bronzer category. For highlights, I want to mention this one from Fenty. This one took a little bit of time to grow on me, but it's absolutely stunning. This is the Fenty Demi Glow Light Diffusing Highlighter, and I do have the shade Pretty Pearls. So this one is a baked highlighter formula. It is very, very, very impactful on the skin. You go in with your brush, you put it on your skin, and bam, it is like right out there. People are going to see you from space. However, it's absolutely stunning. This formula doesn't emphasize any texture. It doesn't just like sit on the skin. I feel like it does become one within your skin, especially once you've been wearing your makeup for a little longer. I think it's absolutely stunning. And again, I've just been really enjoying baked formulas lately with the Kosas blushes and the Kosas bronzer. And then of course this highlighter that's more baked. I love it. So I wanted to recommend this one as well. Okay, I do have a face palette, and this one you can actually get at Sephora or at Ulta, and this is the Hourglass Holiday Palette for this year. This one specifically is the Dragon palette. First off, the Dragon packaging is beautiful. I think it's absolutely stunning. And then here is what the palette looks like inside. You do get 2 finishing powders, 1 bronzer, 1 highlighter, and 2 blushes. I have to say what I've been loving the most are the finishing powders and the blushes. The bronzer, it definitely is not as pigmented as I would like. However, it still works. And because this is the lightest one, I will give it that, okay? But I've been loving the lighter setting shade to set underneath the eyes. I've also been loving the other setting shade to just kind of like dust all over the skin afterwards. And then the blushes are just absolutely stunning. I recommend this one. I love the Hourglass formula. Again, going back to that baked formula that is just so good, and it makes your skin look absolutely beautiful and multi-dimensional. I just want to mention this one. The highlight is also really nice as well. On my list though is the Evil Eye palette, which is the second version of the palettes from this year, but I have yet to get my hands on it, so I might have to get it at Ulta. But I did want to mention that one regardless, because I think getting a discount on that will be really, really helpful because it is a pricier palette. However, you are getting 6 beautiful baked formulas that I feel like it's kind of worth it if you look at it that way. But again, completely understandable if it's too much for you. But I've been loving it nonstop. Okay, then we have lip products, and I purchased this lip set from Milk Makeup, and this set comes with 3 of the Milk. These are the Odyssey lip oils, and the 3 shades are Quest, Adventure, and Soul Search. So here are the 3 shades, very beautiful. You get like a milky pink color, a lavender color, and then this beautiful brown. I have been loving this formula so much. And let me take a look at what this set cost on Sephora. So this set only cost $25, and each of the sizes are 3.7 milliliters. I feel like that is still a really great deal. I feel like you're still getting, you know, a significant amount of product in here. Again, I don't feel like they went cheap with the packaging. I feel like each one feels very nice and like sophisticated in your hand and significant in your hand, and this formula is so comfortable. This one in the shade Quest was seriously living in my purse for the longest time. I feel like it just hugs the lips. It's very pillowy and cushiony on the lips, but it also provides some color. So this is such a great set in my opinion, and I was so glad that I picked it up. So I wanted to go ahead and mention it. And then I think 2 like other things. So this is the very old all-nighter setting spray that I have from Urban Decay, but I did want to mention this one. This has become a like new discovery for me. I always knew that the Urban Decay all-nighter setting spray was really, really great, but I just want to mention it. Some of you may have, you know, some special occasions coming up, again with like the holidays coming up around the corner, and you maybe want your makeup to last all day long. I use this whenever we were going to like a market and we were going to be out all day long, and I really wanted my makeup to last all day, and this did the job for me. On top of the Hydro Grip Primer, then this setting spray from Urban Decay, it really did just lock my makeup into place, and I felt like I didn't worry about touch-ups or, you know, my makeup just kind of melting off throughout the day. This really, really does help. So I'm a firm believer in the Urban Decay all-nighter setting spray, and I wanted to mention it because it's still such a classic and still such a great, great product. So I did want to mention that. And then I did want to mention, I'm not a huge fragrance person. I of course love perfumes and fragrance, but I did want to mention these fragrances really quickly. Fleur Missing Person has to be one of my favorite fragrances of all time. So I do want to recommend this one. It has such a beautiful scent to it. I also feel like it's great for the fall seasons. And then these 2 fragrances from Replica are also really great fall staples. Firstly, we have the scent Coffee Break. Very, very beautiful fall scent. And then the shade, or not the shade, the scent By the Fireplace. Also such a classic fall scent. So I wanted to recommend those three. I feel like, you know, it's great to just kind of like test out some new scents, especially for the fall and winter seasons. And I do think all three of those are really appropriate for this time of year. So that is everything that I wanted to recommend. And here I thought I was gonna be doing a shorter video, and I'm looking at the time. But anyways, I hope that you enjoyed. Let me know down below what you'll be picking up from the sale. Also, if you recommend anything for me, I would love to know. Also, I will have everything linked down below. Some of those links may be affiliated links. If you do shop through the links, I do receive a small commission, and I just want to let you know that if you do that, I really appreciate it. It does go back to my channel, and I thank you so much for supporting me and my channel. However, there's no pressure if you choose not to shop through the links. Just want to let you know everything is linked down below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, I'd love for you to subscribe and be a part of my YouTube channel family here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will go ahead and see you in my next video. Bye.